All right, so think back to geometry. There were 3 special right triangles in geometry. Does anybody remember one of them?
Wait, there what?
There were 3 special right triangles in geometry. 30, 60, 90, 100.
What?
Special right triangles, as in they should have a 90-degree angle.
90, 60, 30.
Okay, so the other one was 60, 30, 90. Same thing, but it was backwards. And there was one more.
90, 30, 60.
Leslie?
I don't remember all of it, but it's 40, 90.
45, 45, 90. Very good, because 45 and 45 is 90, and then 90 more is 180. Very good. Those are the 3, okay? All right, so let's start with this one right here. We're going to start with 30. So, guys, we're going to do this bit by bit by bit. So, Tyler, put that phone up and say with me. All right, here we go. So, let's start right here. If you're starting right here, that would be 0 degrees. 90. Okay, so our first special right triangle was 30, okay? So, this first one is 30. All right, now if you watch how I do this, it's very easy and you don't have to memorize things. But if you don't watch how I do this, it's very difficult, okay? Every time we're going to skip this middle one, okay? So what's 30 plus 30? 60. So skip the middle one. This one's 60. All right, do it again. What's 60 plus 30? 90. One more time. What's 90 plus 30? 120. And every time we're going to skip this middle one for right now because we're doing this the easy way. So what's 120 plus 30? Skip the middle one and put 150. And 150 plus 30? 180. Very good. And does not make sense because that's half of a circle. Half of a circle is 180, right? All right, let's keep going. What's 180 plus 30?
210.
210. Every time, skip the middle one. So what's 210 plus 30?
240.
240. Skip the middle one, and there's 240 right here. All right, 240 plus 30. 270. 270 plus 30. Skip the middle one every time. 300 plus 30 is? And last one right there beneath 0 is 360 because a complete circle is 360. Right, y'all okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yes, sir.
You keep saying skip the middle one, but
Because we're going back to it right now.
it doesn't look like you've made any real pattern to me. I don't know what you mean by
We've
the
added
middle one.
30 the middle. Do you see these quadrants? 1, 2, 3, 4?
So you're saying like the middle of a right triangle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, so last one we know because 30, 60, 90, and 60, 30, 90 were the exact same triangles. They were just backwards. So what was the other one? 45. So let's do the same thing. You ready? All right. So 0 plus 45 is 45. 45 plus 45 is, which is a reference angle. That's very important. We're going to get out our highlighter in just a minute and highlight these. So what's 90 plus 45? 135, which makes sense because 135 is between 120 and 150. What's 135 plus 45? 180. Do it again. Plus 45 is? 225. Very good. Plus 45 is? Which is your reference angle? 270 plus 45 is? Perfect. And just to make sure, 315 plus 45 is? 360. All right, grab your highlighter if you got a highlighter. If not, just use your pencil and circle them. All right, your reference angles are 0, 90, 180, 270, and 360. Those are the important ones, okay? Those are the ones that you have to know are those right there. Y'all okay so far? Got it good? All right, so that's all we're going to do on this for right now. We're going to build on it each day, and then we're just going to fill it in every single day until we have a test. Y'all okay? Like, this is your test right here. Like, I can't change this. I can't do anything different. This is your test. You will have a test on the seniors. I am hoping that we can fill this in and be ready by Friday, okay? To give y'all one last easy test to kind of help you out a little bit. All right, here we go. So keep that handy. Keep that in a place because we're going to come back to this and we're going to finish it. And then you're going to get a new one every day and we're going to fill it in every day, okay? So the other thing you had on your desk was this right here. Okay, so if you need to, keep that unit circle handy, okay? So what does it say to do? It says sketch each angle, all right? We're going to sketch 100 degrees. Well, look back on that unit circle. What quadrant? Ooh, maybe we need to go back over quadrants. Let's do that real quick. Where's the first quadrant at?
Top left.
Top, definitely not.
Or 0 to 90.
0 to 90, top right. That's the first quadrant. Where's the second quadrant?
Top left.
Top left, there you go.
Bottom left.
Bottom left is third quadrant. And there you go, that's the fourth quadrant, okay? All right, so where is 100 degrees? Even though it's not labeled, where would 100 degrees fall?
On the second one.
In the second quadrant, like way down here by 180 or closer to 90, like where's 100 going to be?
Like in front of one.
Like in front of 120, closer to 90, right? Bless you. All right, so we still always start at 0 degrees. Where is 0 degrees? On which axis? The X or Y? The X on the left side or the right side? On the right side. Here's 0 right here, okay? And we're going to go to 100 degrees. 100 degrees is right past 90, which is right there. And then all you do is from the origin, you just draw a line up and say, hey, that's 100 degrees right there. It's a sketch, okay? It don't have to be perfect. All right, let's do the next one. Let's do number 3. 225. Where would 225 fall? What quadrant, first of all? The third quadrant is going to be down here. All right, where is it going to be at? Is it going to be closer to 180? Is it going to be closer to 270? Is it going to be in the middle? Like, how do I know where that one is? Kind of in the middle somewhere? Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our line in the middle. We start at 0, and we always go up and around. All right, let's do number 5. Let's skip to number 5. All right, 210. Where would 210 be at? Which quadrant? Which one? The third quadrant. Okay, would it be in the middle, closer to 270, or closer to 180? Closer to 180, so we're going to draw it pretty close to 180 right there. And again, it's a sketch. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to start at 0, and we're going to go up and around. Are y'all okay? Pretty easy? All right, let's go back and let's do some more. Let's do number 6. Number 6 has a negative in front of it. So instead of going up and around, what would I do instead of going up? You'd go down, okay? So look at your triangle. I mean, not your triangle, your unit circle. 45 is right here, correct?
Yes.
So instead of going up to 45, we would go down to 45. What quadrant would that put us in? The fourth quadrant. Very good. And 45 is right in the middle. And so you still start at 0, but now you're going to go down and stop as soon as you get to that line. Okay, what about number 2, 75? All right, so let's look at this. 75 would normally be where? Between 90 and 60, right here in the first quadrant, right? So instead of going up to 75, I'm going to go down to 75, which means it's going to be in the fourth quadrant. And then you start at 0, and you just go down to that line. That's it. Y'all okay? Pretty easy? It's just looking at this unit circle. That's all it is. All right, 450. Okay, how much around was the unit circle? 360, right? Okay, so you've got to go more. So how do I figure out how much more I need to go past 360 to get to 450? Very good. So what's 450 minus 360? 90. All right, so we always start at 0, right? So watch how I do this. You ready? You're going to go around to 360. Notice how I don't connect those. And then how much more after 360 did I have to go? 90, and 90 was a reference angle. It stopped right here when you look on your unit circle, and that's what you do. So it goes around full thing and then just a little bit more. All right, last one, number 7. What about 540? How would that goes around how much? Goes around to 360 and then more. How do I figure out how much more to do it? Subtract them. Very good. And how much do you get when you subtract them? 180. Very good. All right, so it starts at 0. It goes all the way around to 360. And then all the way over to 180. 180 was right there on the x-axis. So my little line's already drawn for me. Y'all okay? Okay. Alright, let's do this. Find the last page on your notes. It's your study guide. And let's try 1 through 6. Y'all try 1 through 6 and see what you can do, okay? Alright guys, not bad on number 1. Should have gotten that on number 1. Very nice job. Yep. Same thing. Alright, try number 2 through 6. Alright, there's number 2. Most of y'all look like you got that one right. Looks like some of y'all are struggling on the negatives though. Jacob, watch. It has to go all the way around to 360 and then up that little bit. Yes, now that's correct. Yep. Alright guys, there's number 4. Make sure you're sketching this, so make sure it's as close as you can to that 90, okay? Some of y'all are kind of drawing it in the middle. 80 is closer to 90, so make sure you draw it pretty close to that line. Alright, where would negative 315 be?
On the opposite.
Not on the opposite, because that would be over in the second quadrant.
First quadrant.
First quadrant, right before, so you're going to go down and around to that right there. Alright, what about 440? How far away is that from 360? How much? 80. Very good. Alright, so you're going to go down and around to 360. And then you're going to go 80 more, which is right before 90 down here. Like that. Are y'all okay? Pretty easy stuff? Okay. Alright, so let's go back to that first page that we were on. Let's go to the back of that. Actually, let's do the really easy stuff. Let's go to the next page. Let's go to page 3. Let's do some easy stuff. Alright, so you're going to go between, remember the other day when we had our calculators and I told you that it always had to be in degree mode when we were doing this stuff? Yeah? Okay, there's 2 different modes. There's a radian mode and there's a degree mode, okay? So let's change 330 to radians, okay? Radians just means that it has a pi in it, and we're going to talk about more of that tomorrow, okay? About how we get the pi stuff. Okay, so you have 2 different things. You either have pi over 180 or you have 180 over pi, okay? Just put your phones up. I'd hate to have to take them for me. Okay, so look, guys. This 330 is over what number? How do I make that a fraction? It's over 1, right? Okay, so to get rid of this degree, if it's on the top, that means you have to have a degree on the bottom. So which one of these has the degree on the bottom? The first one or the second one? The first one. There you go. So I'm going to do pi and then 180. All right, so those reduce. So when you're dividing, the zeros cancel out. You don't have to worry about the zeros. So you just have 33 pi over 18, and that'll reduce some more. What number goes into 33 and into 18? 3. How many times does 3 go into 33? 11. So you have 11 pi. And then how many times does 3 go into 18? 6. And then that's your radian mode. It's kind of like when you're changing from 4 quarters to $1. They look completely different, but they mean the same thing. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one says 5 pi over 6. Okay, so this one is not a degree. This one has a pi. So which one of these would need to go on the bottom so that I could make them cancel out? The second one, 180, and then pi. Because then your pi's cancel out. Okay, do you see anything else that reduces?
6 and 180.
All right, 6 and 180 goes into 6 times. That gives you 1. It goes in 6 times. That gives you 30. All right, so what's 5 times 30?
150.
There you go. So 150 degrees. All right, let's do the next one. Negative pi over 3. All right, so same thing. I need that pi to go on the bottom so that I can get rid of it. So which one would that be? Which one has the pi on the bottom to get rid of that one? 180 over pi. Very good. So the pi's cancel out. See anything else that reduces? All right, so 180 and 3. That gives me 1. And that gives me 60. And so I have negative 60 degrees. All right, let's do one more together, and I'll let you try the last two. All right, 50 degrees. Need to make that a fraction. How do I make anything a fraction? Uh-huh. Okay, so I have my degree right here. So which one? Huh?
180 over 5.
Which one has the degree on the bottom? Pi over 180. All right, so when you're dividing zeros, the zeros cancel out. So you have negative 5 pi over 18. And that does not reduce. Okay, you try the last two. You try 29 and 30. Okay, there you go. 29 and 30. Did y'all get that? Look like y'all got that pretty quickly. Get it, Hunter?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, so let's do this. Go back to your study guides real quick. And flip on the back of your study guide. Flip on the back of your study guide. And let's do 13 to 18. 13 to 18. Directions say convert each degree measure into a radian, and then each radian into a degree. So let's try that, and then we will call it a day. Seniors, this is going to be your last test. We're going to try to have it either Wednesday or Thursday, and then we will try to do that unit circle stuff by Friday to give y'all 2 more test breaks before y'all leave next week. And I will have your study guides for you for the final exam.
Wait, we're having tests on this week,
Yep.
and then the unit circle thing on maybe Friday.
Maybe Friday. I'm hoping Friday. That way it'll be some good easy test grades. And then the rest of y'all, we're going to keep going with this trick stuff or when y'all get freaked out. Or discrete or whatever y'all take next year.
So it says under radius,
Yeah, so this is in radius, which is going to pop. And then out second grade. But this is unit 3, so it's got the grade cycle. And then you make that your radius.
That's it, you just gonna go back and forth. Oh, no, 6 and 5. 5. I'll be here after those two. How you doing? Come on, 13, 18, you still have a bunch of them? You okay? I know, those 6 and everything. All day, okay? All day, all day.
So this would be
Degree in bottom, yep. And you're dividing those degrees cancel out, so it's just 30 and 18. It's easier. So what number goes in the 30 and 18?
3.
Big.
With 9.
And then we'll go 30. The whole thing about numbers is cancel out. So 30 plus
6.
6.
So we're doing it 18 3 times.
So in the 30 and plus. Like, and you understand, I'm looking 6 minutes on my test. Yeah, they're both even, so what number goes into them at least? 2?
And mark out that bottom section, so we're not going to do that. juniors, we'll come back to it after next week. We'll do that next week though.
Next week is seniors, regular seniors.
Next week is senior advance. Yeah, but juniors will still be here like normal. You had to be here last year. You had to be here last year.
Yeah, so.